Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS, and Washington Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news. There's been a buzz swirling around the NFC East lately, and it's not just the usual off-season chatter. No, this time it's about a potential blockbuster trade that could shake up the division and maybe even the entire conference. Rumors are flying that the Washington Commanders might be on the verge of acquiring Saquon Barkley from the Philadelphia Eagles, a move that could dramatically alter the landscape of the NFC East. Now, before we jump into the details, let's set the stage for what this could really mean for Washington and why it's such a hot topic among fans, analysts, and insiders alike. First off, let's talk about why this makes so much sense for the Commanders. Currently, Washington's running game has been a bit of a work in progress. They've struggled to establish a consistent ground attack, ranking near the bottom in rushing yards per game. Adding a dynamic, explosive back like Barkley could be exactly what they need to turn things around. Barkley, who's been one of the most talented and elusive runners in the league when healthy, has been battling injuries, but when he's on the field, he's a game changer. His ability to break tackles, make big plays, and catch out of the backfield could provide the kind of boost that elevates Washington's offense to a whole new level. Now, why would the Eagles be interested in trading him? Well, the Eagles find themselves in a bit of a crunch. Their offensive line has allowed a staggering 38 sacks in 2025, a number that's raising some eyebrows. With a cap space of around $25 million, the Eagles are looking to free up some money to shore up their defense and add some youth. Rumors suggest that they're considering trading Barkley, along with some picks and a defensive tackle, to free up about $22 million in cap space. This move would give them the financial flexibility to bolster their secondary and overall team depth. The trade, if it happens, could mirror the famous Christian McCaffrey deal from 2022, where a star back was moved to a new team to unlock their potential. But Barkley, with his burst and elusiveness, brings more than just rushing yards. He's a game breaker. In 2025, he's already amassed over 280 rushing yards on a solid 5.1 yards per carry, along with 9 touchdowns. His PFF overall grade currently sits at an impressive 88. 4, ranking him among the top running backs in the league, and his elusiveness score at 92. 1 is the best among all RBs. He's forcing 45 missed tackles, making defenders pay every time he touches the ball. His receiving numbers aren't too shabby either, 42 receptions for 320 yards and 3 touchdowns, adding to his versatility. When you look at his career stats, Barkley has surpassed 500 total yards with 55 total touchdowns, and his yards after contact are remarkable, totaling more than 800 yards. Despite a hamstring injury in Week 6, he still played 92% of the snaps, showing his resilience and importance to any team he joins. Standing 60 and weighing 233 pounds, Barkley's physicality is comparable to Derrick Henry, but what sets him apart is his ability to break tackles, about 15% more than the average, according to PFF. His average of 102 rushing yards per game, combined with an elite EPA per run of plus 0.14, demonstrates his efficiency and big play potential. He's also responsible for 12 runs of 20 or more yards this season, making him a constant threat to take it the distance. So why would the Eagles consider trading such a talented player? Well, despite being 9-4 and in a solid playoff position, their defense ranks 18th in the league, allowing 24 points per game. Their backfield has been overtaxed, especially with injuries to key players, including 2 concussions. At 28 years old, Barkley's current market value is around $15 million, a significant investment, but one that could be justified if paired with a strategic draft pick, perhaps a first-rounder, similar to what the Jets did with Breece Hall. According to insider Rossini, the Eagles are somewhat skeptical about leaning heavily on a run-heavy offense, with Jalen Hurts showing some decline this season, with only 20 total touchdowns. They're in a rebuild phase after a 2-2 start in September, trying to find the right pieces to compete in a tough NFC. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting for the Commanders. They're sitting at 6'7" and currently ranked 25th in run game efficiency, averaging just 3.8 yards per carry. Adding Barkley could immediately push their ground game over the top, boosting their rushing yards by over 300 per game and projecting a total of around 500 yards for Barkley alone. That kind of production would give Washington a much more balanced offense, one that can control the clock, keep their defense rested, and open up play-action opportunities for their quarterbacks. Their current offense has been somewhat one-dimensional, relying heavily on the pass, but with Barkley in the backfield, they could switch to a more aggressive, ground-and-pound approach, reminiscent of some of the most successful teams in recent history. Furthermore, the impact on the overall team morale and confidence could be significant. Adding a star like Barkley isn't just about the stats. It's about sending a message that Washington is serious about competing now, not just in the short term, but for years to come. His presence would elevate the entire offense, giving the team a real weapon that defenses have to account for on every snap. And in terms of playoff potential, the numbers show that a strong running game is often the difference maker when the stakes are highest. Barkley's 92. One grade and his ability to force missed tackles could boost Washington's playoff chances considerably, especially in tight games where every yard counts. Looking ahead to Super Bowl LVII, the odds for Washington have already improved from plus 2,500 to plus 1,000, and adding a player like Barkley could push those odds even further. Analysts are pointing out that the trenches often determine playoff success, and Barkley's elite run grade would give Washington a significant advantage in those crucial moments. His ability to perform in high-pressure situations, combined with the team's potential to become a ground-and-pound powerhouse, makes this trade not just a smart move, but a strategic one that could define the franchise's future. Of course, it's not just about the immediate impact. Bringing Barkley into the fold could set a new tone for the Commanders moving forward. It signals that they're willing to shake things up, address their needs head-on, and build around a dynamic playmaker who can carry the ball 20-plus times per game and still have juice left for big plays. The vision is clear: a balanced, explosive winning team that's built to contend for a Super Bowl, with Barkley as a centerpiece in their offensive identity. And with the Eagles potentially losing ground, this could be Washington's moment to seize the opportunity, to solidify their place as a dominant force in the NFC and beyond. In conclusion, this rumored trade could be the catalyst for a renaissance in Washington. Barkley's elite rushing ability, combined with his proven durability and explosiveness, makes him a perfect fit for a team looking to establish a powerful ground game and elevate their overall competitiveness. Meanwhile, the Eagles are facing tough decisions, balancing cap space, roster needs, and the desire to stay competitive, which might lead to some tough choices about trading a star back like Barkley. For us as Commanders fans, it's an exciting prospect, one that could finally give us the kind of offensive firepower that makes fans believe in a deep playoff run, maybe even a Super Bowl appearance. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think Barkley would be the perfect addition to our team? How do you see this impacting our chances in the postseason? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Washington Commanders. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Washington Commanders news.